Hey guys, so it's been a while since I made a video. It's been like 2 years actually. So you're probably wondering if I was dead, fell off the face of the earth. I've just been busy and doing other things, but I figured I should make a quick video. There's nothing too special about this video, but maybe just like a kind of where things stand for me now with the dystonia. Like I said, it's been 2 years since I made a video. So I thought I'd come on and just give you guys an update of where I'm at, how things are going, how my running's going. Last I talked to you guys, I talked a lot about postural restoration therapy, which was kind of the key to get me back to running and stuff like that. So where am I now? Do I still do PRI? Am I still running? That kind of stuff. So I'll start with, am I still running? And yes, I am still running. I would say right now I'm dealing with a little bit of like a glute thing that's unrelated to the dystonia, just some glute pain. So I just had to scale it back a little bit, but I am still running. I'm probably running right now like maybe 25. I have to turn the car on because it's really hot in here. 25-ish miles a week. I don't know, something like that. But I would say I got up to about 55, 60 over the fall of last year, and when I wasn't having any type of injuries or anything like that. So my running, I would say that that's pretty much like a pre-dystonia mileage, like 55. That's pretty good. So yeah, so I've been running. Do I still have dystonia? Do I still have symptoms? Not in a way that ever affects my ability to run. I would say sometimes I do still have like little symptoms here or there, mainly at the end of like a longer race type effort, or like a end of like something that's long and hard. But not to the point where like I can't do it or I have to stop or anything like that. It's just like something that I feel. But at this point in the game, I kind of know what I need to do to remedy whatever it is I'm feeling. Usually it's something involving like, I probably need to work on some left hamstring strength, or some left hamstring like isolation type stuff, or usually either that or like upper thoracic rotation. That's usually the two things that tend to go, especially when I'm like getting tired at the end of a run. And those are what I have found to be two of the very most important things that cause my symptoms. And maybe I would also add left posterior hip capsule, like stretching that, like that's something that helps me, because when that starts to get really closed off, I don't really get into my left hip, which causes me to overuse my quad, which I believe was actually the very first thing that started to happen when I got dystonia. Of course, I didn't know what it was or what was causing it. I thought my quad was just really tight, and I would get a ton of twitching and muscle spasms and tingling in my quad. And so now I know, like, I don't, obviously it doesn't get to that point anymore, but those are like the three big things I go to when I'm starting to feel like my leg isn't feeling great. But I would say that it doesn't keep me from running or anything like that. It's just like more of an annoyance than anything. It does. I have obviously 5 years of tracking this now. I would say that there's definitely a correlation with like hormones and the menstrual cycle. So like for me, my symptoms, they don't always flare up, but if they are going to flare up, it's always in the week prior to my menstrual cycle start, like my period starting, I guess. So like day like 20 to 27, let's say, my dystonia symptoms are usually like their worst, which I think in my research that I have done on that is due to the hormonal changes that also affect, so like for example, women athletes are more likely to suffer ACL tears in that same time frame as well, because of something called relaxin, which is elevated during that time as well. As the hormones are peaking, relaxin is also peaking, and that can cause more instability and flexibility in the joints. And the whole point of that is like during childbirth, like that's something that you want so your hips can open. But if you're doing athletic movements, like if you play a sport like soccer or something like that, studies have been done that women that have suffered ACL tears are most likely to happen during that time. So I say that because I think that my symptoms are exacerbated by the joint instability. It's like subtle, but I think people with dystonia tend to be more on the sensitive side to changes in their body like that. So I think that has something to do with it. And so because I'm aware of this now, I don't really freak out about it anymore. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, like that makes sense. You know, that's kind of what I would expect. So I just kind of don't stress about it too much. Like, I just kind of like do my exercises that I need to do. And I don't know. I mean, I still run. Like, it doesn't, like, I'm not going to not run over it. So, do I still do PRI? I do PRI every day on my own. Like, I do my exercises that I do, and the exercises that I do fluctuate, but there are a few that generally I respond very well to, so I tend to gravitate towards those. I still see a PRI therapist, the same one that I've seen in the videos I talked to when I talked about it before. But I only go like maybe once every 6 months at this stage. Like, I don't need to go that often. Actually, these glasses that I'm wearing, the prescription, so PRI is very full body integrated. So like your eyes can affect your posture, your bite, the way that your teeth line up can affect your posture. What else? I don't know. Your feet, your shoes that you wear. But we found that my eyes were a big part of the problem. So I went to my PRI therapist, and like he worked with an eye doctor to figure out the right prescription for me that's best. Because when you get your eyes checked, you're usually sitting in a chair, looking at the thing, telling the eye doctor what you see, but you're not like up and moving. And so that's like kind of the big thing that's different. Like, he does like all the PRI tests to me with the different prescriptions on to see what is the best prescription to give me the most neutral pelvis and like the best posture possible. So I don't run with them on though, but I do wear them throughout the day. I do wear them when I do lifting, like when I lift weights. I wear them sometimes when I do my PRI exercises, but not always, because sometimes I'm just like trying to do them quick before I go run. But I do wear them most of the time. What else? So I've raced. So a big thing that I'll mention, everyone that has dystonia knows this to be true, I think, but flat, hard surfaces are the worst. And that has always been true for me. And even still, I mean, even though I can run on pavement, I choose to seek out trails because I know I won't feel any symptoms most likely on the road. Every once in a while, like sometimes I will. But the track has always been like the worst like surface, because it's super, super flat. It's hard. It's not as hard as a road, but you know, it's flat and monotonous and repetitive. But so racing on the track has been something I completely avoided, because the fact that it's flat and you're so visible when you run races on the track, like everyone can see you. And my biggest fear was like, oh my God, everyone's going to see my leg go crazy. I'm not going to be able to finish the race, or it's going to be embarrassing or whatever. So I had avoided that for like a long time, obviously. I mean, even before dystonia, like I feel like the track, I kind of shied away from it. Like, for no reason other than I was afraid. I mean, that's like the easiest explanation, because there really isn't any other explanation. But I decided in March of this year to just go and race on the track, and whatever happens, happens. So I did the mile, which I was so worried about my leg not working that, like, my leg was fine, by the way. Like, it was fine during the race. But I ran a terrible time for me in the mile. But it was also a positive experience, just because I was so afraid, and I overcame that fear, and I just went out there and I raced, and whatever, the time wasn't good, but like, it's the first time I've raced on the track for that distance in over a decade. So I also then that same day, that same meet that I was at, ran the 800. That actually went better. And then I ran a couple more times indoors. I ran the 800 like 2 or 3 more times, and I achieved a very lifelong goal of mine of running at the Penn Relays. So that's one of the biggest track meets on the East Coast. It's at University of Pennsylvania, and so I got to run the 4x4 100-meter relay with the women's masters, in the women's masters category, which just means you're 40 or older. And I ran with the Greater Philly Track Club. So so that was super, super fun. Again, it's only one lap, it's a 400. So like, one thing I found is actually the track races, because they're shorter, I really don't even need to think about my leg, because like, you're running so fast. That's even something that helped me, like, or even something that was true like when my dystonia was bad. It was like running short and fast I could do. It was just like the longer, easy running that was actually problematic. So the leg's a non-issue for track races, like especially anything that's a mile or shorter. I did not really seem to have many issues with that. So that was really fun. What else? What did I do after that? I continued running. I did something to my left glute and like upper hamstring area in June, I guess, like early June. So my training has not been great, but I've still been running. I took like 10 days completely off. And then I've been running like 3-4 miles a day, but it's getting better. Like, it's getting to be less painful. I think I just like strained something. I actually think I did it at the gym, like lifting. I don't even necessarily think I did it running, but so that's kind of where I'm at with running right now. I don't know, plans for the future. I was hoping to do some track races over the summer, but that's not really happening right now. Maybe early fall, late summer, maybe some mile road races, and then hopefully maybe some 5Ks in the fall. And that's just because I enjoy that distance. Like, I don't like the marathon. I've done one marathon, but that's not like my favorite choice to train for. It's not like the dystonia is like keeping me from that or anything. I just prefer shorter racing. And that's pretty much it as far as the running update. So I mean, from a dystonia perspective, it's going fine. I just am dealing with this really annoying glute thing, but I started seeing a soft tissue guy. I don't really know what he is. He does like soft tissue mobilization and like gives you corrective exercises that are actually kind of very similar to PRI. Like, he knew about PRI and stuff like that, so kind of similar, but like some little bit more on the strength side, just to strengthen up my left glute or whatever seems to be the issue. But so yeah, so that's getting better, but that's pretty much where I'm at this particular point. My holdup with making videos is that I hate editing, and I don't really know how to edit, so I don't. So I'm just gonna, this is just what you'll see. And yeah, so I'm planning to make another video soon that was actually requested. People have sent me messages. People really liked the Q&A video that I did. I think it was like, I forget, I did it a while. It was like the most asked questions that I get all the time. So I may do like a part 2 of that, because that's something that people have been asking about, because they really like that video. So so if you have any other video suggestions or things that you want to see or hear about, feel free to put that in the comments, and I will do my best to create whatever video that is that you want to see. Thank you.